Now at 6:30 on WKYT this morning, we'll have the latest on an overnight fire that has badly damaged a home in downtown Lexington. It's forced a family to find a new place to stay for now.
How friends and family are remembering 6 people who were killed in a crash in southern Kentucky.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you from the WKYT News team. Hope you had a great Derby weekend and you're ready to go in this brand new week. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Yeah, they're saying that attendance was shattered Friday and Saturday for the Oaks and the Derby. And I would believe it because there were a lot of folks out there and it was just gorgeous weather.
You were there both days.
Yeah.
And we have had wonderful weather, certainly over the Derby weekend. And it looks to continue, although just a little hotter out there as those temperatures start to climb. Here's meteorologist Jim Caldwell in for Micah, who's still a little voiceless.
That's the rumor. The rumor was they didn't even know who he was when he called in sick today. So, and I'm getting that way too, is the unfortunate thing. Is germs are everywhere. We're going to have to spray this place down with Lysol later. But right now, we have to talk about the weather. Our daily breakdown, you see that we're in a summer run this week. Daytime highs low and mid 80s. Now, I think we stay mainly dry, but we will track some showers and storms toward the end of the week. Now, as you head out the door this morning, you'll find maybe a high, thin cloud generally. No rain, of course. 57 in Lexington, 51 down toward London and in eastern Kentucky. You're in the mid-40s in a couple of spots, and then you're closer to 60 degrees in others. Later today, though, daytime highs in the low 80s. We'll take a closer look at all of that coming up for you here in a few minutes, guys.
All right, Jim, we'll see you in a bit. And here's the latest from WKYT News.
A family is waking up out of their home this morning after a fire in downtown Lexington.
New this morning, no one was hurt in that overnight fire on East 2nd Street, but several pets are still missing, and one of the homeowners became distraught at what she saw. WKYT's Mark Barber live at the scene with the latest on the investigation as the fire unit is still there. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. Firefighters say that when they got here, neighbors told them that several dogs were inside the burning home. Crews say that they searched that home for the dogs, but they weren't able to find them, so they say those pets may still be missing this morning. Now you can see firefighters are still out here. They say they may watch this home here for another 30 minutes. They say that the insulation inside this house is extremely flammable, so they're working to make sure that another fire does not spark up here. Now fire crews tell us that the fire caused major damage to this home on East 2nd Street near Elm Tree Lane. According to firefighters, the fire started in a back bedroom around midnight. We're told the flames did not spread past that room, but crews say the smoke was the big problem here, possibly causing tens of thousands of dollars in damage. We're told the house is unlivable and will most likely have to be gutted before anyone can move back in. Firefighters say fortunately no one was inside when the fire started. However, we're told that the homeowner was taken to the hospital because she became sick when she learned that her home was burning.
We did actually have a couple of folks, neighbor folks, come to us and say, hey, you know, there's some dogs inside, you know, the homeowners aren't here, those kinds of things, and sometimes that's very helpful when you're trying to piece together what happened.
Firefighters tell us that arson investigators are still trying to figure out what sparked the flames here in this bedroom. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you very much.
And new this morning, Kentucky State Police say a man died after being shot by troopers. The shooting happened last night in the Chavies community of Perry County.
Constable Ben Stidham told state police that he heard gunshots coming from a camper during a traffic stop. The constable said he couldn't tell if the gunfire was intended for him. State troopers say that the troopers approached the man in the camper, and 53-year-old Michael Asher opened the camper door and raised a gun toward the troopers. They shot and killed him. No one else was hurt. Tragedy over the weekend in southern Kentucky. A family is now planning 6 funerals after a head-on crash. That happened Friday night on Highway 90 near Monticello in Wayne County. State police say a car with 2 adults and 4 children inside crossed the center line and hit a pickup truck head-on. That crash killed 41-year-old Tina Proctor, her daughter Audrey and son Nathan, and 3 of her grandkids, 4-year-old Christian, 2-year-old Zoe, and 1-year-old Jace. Friends have set up a GoFundMe page to help out the family. We have some details about that at WKYT.com.
Well, Fayette County Public Schools has hit a roadblock in their search for a new leader. The district had to terminate the contract with the search firm Hire to find a new superintendent. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is at our live desk to explain why and what's next now.
That's right, Rebecca. The Fayette County School Board spent about 2 hours in a special meeting called yesterday after they learned what they call disturbing allegations about that search firm. About half of that time was spent in closed session. Based on discussions with their attorney in that closed session, the board did decide in a unanimous vote to sever ties with ProAct Search. District officials say under the terms of the contract, they are allowed to terminate with 14 days notice to the firm. Board members say they anticipate ProAct will continue collecting applications through the already set May 15th deadline for applicants. They say from there they will take whatever applications they have collected, which at this point is about 30. Then they will have another firm take over and pick up at the next phase of the search, which is vetting those applicants. The board says this allows them to continue with the search versus starting from scratch after having already invested nearly 6 months in the search. Their plan is to stick to their timeline and work to meet the July 1st deadline for naming a permanent superintendent. However, they say they will not rush into anything if they feel it is not the right choice in the long run. Now, as far as payment to ProAct Search goes, the district has already paid at least $7,000. Now, whether or not the Fayette County Public Schools will get any of that back is something that will be discussed during negotiations in the coming weeks. At the live desk, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Well, it was a close call for some folks in Lincoln County after a train hit their car. This happened yesterday near Highway 2141 and Community Center Drive. Deputies say the driver told them she was crossing the tracks when her brakes failed. She says she and her boyfriend got out of the car right before it was hit by that train. Look at that. Officers arrested her for driving under the influence.
Time is coming up on 6:37 on WKYT this morning. A Knox County bus driver is set to face a judge today. Charles Hantz is accused of not alerting a school staff that a student had a gun on the bus. State police say 2 brothers, ages 6 and 7, took the guns to DeWitt Elementary School last week. One of those guns was loaded. Investigators say Hantz ignored the student who made him aware of the guns. The children were cited. Their parents were charged with endangering the welfare of a minor. 9 days after that massive earthquake killed thousands of people in Nepal, rescuers are doubtful that any more survivors will be found. The death toll has topped 7,000. More than 14,000 people were hurt. U.S. Marines landed in the capital of Kathmandu over the weekend, bringing in much-needed supplies to the region. The tragedy of the deadly quake is being felt here in the Bluegrass as well. The Forum of Nepalese America gathered last night at Jacobson Park in Lexington. The group has raised nearly $10,000 to help victims of the earthquake. One woman whose husband is from Nepal says there are many reasons to give.
It's a wonderful culture with a deep history that the world should get to love, that the Nepalese people are strong and unified.
The group will eventually collect supplies to be shipped to Nepal instead of just monetary donations.
Well, Kentucky Derby 141 is in the books, but cleanup, let's just say it's far from over. Hundreds of students spent yesterday picking up trash after a record-breaking crowd at Churchill Downs. Student athletes from Bullitt East High School found coins, chairs, even shoes out in the infield. Workers hope to have the track cleaned up by tomorrow. Still wondering what they do with all those souvenir glasses. I kept mine, but I know a lot of folks who were getting, maybe more than one mint julep, all right, who had a lot of glasses at the end of the day, so you wonder what happens.
Well, hold on to that. It may go from being worth $1 to $2 here in 20 years or so.
We shall see. Well, let's see if it's priceless out on the roads in terms of traffic. Hopefully no issues going on.
Let's go out to Officer Don. Hey, we'll check out live drive traffic on your Monday. Good morning, Don.
Hey, good morning. Got a little debris in the roadway in the construction zone. This is on the inner loop of the Circle near Versailles Road. We get that from time to time. So please be careful through there this morning. Also, police are running radar on the interstate, I-75, between the Clays Ferry Bridge and down to the Athens-Boonesboro exit, southbound this morning, just trying to reduce collisions on the interstate. So I'll give you the heads up there. Get a live look at Broadway and High Street, where traffic is light. No major issues. If you plan to be inbound there, we should be in good shape. Let's also get a look at our Waze map. No major delays right right now. We're looking good on the circle and even toward downtown. No problems. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, it's a beautiful start to the day, and it's going to be a warm one. And you can check in with Officer Don and Deanne on 98.1 The Bull when you get in your car.
They're always having fun.
All right, WKYT this morning on your Monday. Just getting started. We're rolling along with the latest.
All right, I think I'm going to be the victim of allergies here, Bill. I feel a sneeze coming on. Okay, it's passed. Good, good. The Derby wasn't the only big race this weekend. Coming up, I'll look at a different kind of race with some very cute competitors.
And a forecast will include more summer-like temperatures. Daytime highs low to mid-80s coming our way several days this week. We'll take a closer look at that for you coming up.